Guys, Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. I've been doing YouTube for a bit now, and I literally talk about the Dallas Cowboys anywhere and everywhere I am. So whenever there's news about the Dallas Cowboys, no matter what I'm doing, you guys know I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. And I'm busy and running around between, working and doing construction and everything else, spending time with my wife, vacation, time with the family, going to see my mom. And there's literally not enough time in the day, so I multitask. And this channel originally was my cooking channel. I used to just kind of, people say, man, those chicken wings are really good, man. How'd you do them? So I put them on this channel, but nobody really watched this channel. But when YouTube shut down my main channel, I started having to go ahead and start doing regular Joe Boost Sports Reports on here. Well, the other day, let me get these things. I'm making actually shrimp and grits for dinner. I'm doing this keto diet. Now, understand, I can't actually have grits because grits have, a lot of starches and carbohydrates and all that stuff. So we're actually using cauliflower for the grits. So this is what I'm doing now. But I'm going to take some onions and some celery, because everybody's been asking me, man, how'd you do, what was that? So I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I'm putting in this stuff. So it was 1 onion, 1 red pepper, and of course I'm going to take some bacon and put that in the frying pan over here and fry that up. Just about 5 or 6 slices. So I was doing a video talking about the Cowboys, and somebody said, is this a cooking show or is this the Dallas Cowboys? And I said, it's both. So what I'm going to start doing is, because I actually have 3 channels. I've got the woodboard channel, which I used to do when I did my woodworking and stuff and projects and things, but haven't really used it much. So there's the red brick house on there and some different cabinets and things like that. So what I may start doing is when I'm out working, do my Cowboys talk on that channel. When I come home in the evening and I'm cooking, I'll be over here. And the other channel, of course, the Cowboys. Now, I'm not a chef. I'm just a guy who likes to eat and likes to cook. And I like to try different things. And I started on Sunday doing this keto diet because I had hit 271 pounds. Yeah, I'm a fat ass. And in 1 week, I dropped 9 pounds. Okay, so you're gonna have the opportunity to follow along. I've only been doing this now 10 days, 9 days, something like that. You guys can follow along. You're seeing what I'm eating, and if you'll see the results. Now, I don't know that much about it, but all I know is sugars, wheat, bread, carbohydrates are no-no. You need about 20% proteins, you need a bunch of vegetables, and you need a lot of fat. So sour cream, cheeses, heavy cream, those kinds of things. Avocados, you need lots of those things, because what happens to your body, it's crazy. And if you don't like cooking, this is going to be a long video. I'm going to get to Jason Garrett here in a bit. But I want at least, because this is the first one that's going to be Dallas Cowboys and dinner, keto style or whatever. I'll come up with a name for it. I need to introduce all this stuff. But keto diet is basically, you get rid of the wheat, you get rid of the carbs, you get rid of the sugar. Your body converts to ketones. Like, that's why they call it keto. So the ketosis. So my body's actually in ketosis. When I do the pee stick, I'm 1 step from the highest on there. So my body is taking the fats and it's burning fats instead of storing them, I think. Something like that. So you have to feed your body fats. Now, this ain't for everybody. Like I said, a lot of people will say, oh, that diet's bad for you. Man, you can't do that because you get all fats. But you know what? Here's the thing. I get 2 bad knees. Every pound overweight is 4 times amplified on your knees. So I lose 10 pounds, that's like taking 40 pounds off every time I take a step. If I take off 20 pounds, that means it's less risk of diabetes, high blood pressure and things. So these are reasons to lose weight. I'm not saying that this is for everybody, but you know what? If you're telling me don't do keto, and eat sugar, eat starch, keep gaining weight, and be fat, that's not healthy either. I know at least losing some weight is better than keeping it. But here's what's crazy about this thing right now. I was running around so much yesterday that I literally wasn't hungry. I didn't eat dinner. Today, haven't had anything. Worked my job, came home, there's one of the dogs. Simba, where are you? Came home, I went and took them for a walk, 2-mile walk, and I tried something crazy. I actually jogged with my bad knees, it's a knee joint that needs to be replaced. About only a half a mile, about a half a mile of it, but I jogged. And I'm really not hungry right now, so it's crazy. But I am going to eat. I'm going to eat something that's going to be good. So, since this is dinner and Dallas Cowboys, butter, lots of butter too. Jason Garrett's not going to go anywhere. Jason Garrett will be back. Unless, the only way Jason Garrett wouldn't be back is if we lost the next 4 games straight and missed the playoffs. That would be the only way Jason Garrett wouldn't come back. Scott Linehan may be a different story. They may be ready to move on and update and get a different quarterback coach. That's more of a possibility. So, what's going in here, like I said, I got about 5 strips of bacon. I got celeries, I got onions, I've got a jalapeno pepper, I got about 10 cloves of garlic because I love garlic, and I have a jalapeno pepper chopped up. So we're going to go ahead and let that stuff just kind of braise a little bit. Now listen, it's crazy. Every day I hear about something that's bad that's coming back. Remember romaine lettuce? Told you, don't eat any romaine lettuce and everything else that's got E. coli or whatever. Today they talked about 12 million pounds of hamburger. 12 million pounds of hamburger in 26 states. I also saw a thing where they're saying it's a blood pressure medicine that's being recalled because they realize it causes cancer. But cancer is all around us. You can't get away from everything. But, and even, so, you know, you've got weed killer now in the cereals and the vegetables. So, because they're genetically modified and things. They put steroids and stuff in the meat. You can't get away from all of it, but if you at least try to minimize it, you're better off. If you can cook at home, I'm telling you it's going to be better for you. Now, this is what's crazy. This meal right here, which I would say is like restaurant quality, okay? Look, I got 1.5 pounds of shrimp right there. I got some southern sausage right here. This is, the southern sausage is the best in the world. Red pepper, jalapeno pepper, an onion, and a couple slices of bacon, and a head of cauliflower. This meal costs about $25, okay? $25 will feed 6 people, okay? And this is like better, I guarantee this is as good as a restaurant, at least most restaurants. You can't go feed 6 people at McDonald's for $25. And what you are getting, I have literally dropped French fries in my car because I'm a slob, and found them later on, and they still don't have mold growing on them. They still look the same because they put 19 ingredients in a freaking French fry. 19! That's just unreal. So, I'm going to leave this bacon a little bit soft here. Leave that just a little bit soft, and I'm going to put it in there with that stuff. Now, like I was saying, try and minimize as much as you can. One of the things you can do is, if you got a window where the sun comes in, this is what I see, look at this. Rosemary. Easiest thing in the world to grow. You can leave it outside and it'll still winter over and still come back. Oregano. Same thing. This plant right here, I've had for a couple of years. It freezes over in the winter, it goes away. But when you have fresh herbs and things, it's incredible. See, look, take a look over here in my window. Let's see. This right here, it's sage. I just brought it in. Unfortunately, it froze up a little bit, but it'll come back. That's some of the oregano, and that's a rosemary plant. You can buy those at Home Depot or any of your home centers, and let it grow. And if you want to freshen up your house, just grab the plant like that, and you'll smell like a pine smell to it. So, cook fresh vegetables if you can, fresh spices if you can, and eat, for God's sake, at home. There's nothing better than a home cooked meal, and trust me, it's not that hard, okay? And the more you do it, the better you'll get. Oh, almost forgot the jalapeno. So I'm gonna take my fresh veggies, fresh spices, I'm gonna chop them up so they can go in there. But I'm gonna wait a little bit before I put them in. All right, so Jason Garrett will be coming back. Count on that. Scott Linehan, I think, is on a very short leash because even though the team is winning, and you look at Dak's progression and lack thereof. Now, one thing I got to do. Michelle's coming over. Michelle's actually from the land down under. She's supposed to be bringing some Vegemite. Doesn't like sausage, so I'm gonna keep the sausage or put some of hers to the side without sausages. So, Jason Garrett will probably be, Jason Garrett will be back. We know that. But I think we will get a new offensive coordinator. We'll get a new quarterback coach. You know, we've talked about Riley, you know, who has been let go. And he's a hot candidate out there for offensive coordinator, maybe even for some teams, a head coach, I don't know. But how would you guys feel about if Jason Garrett came back? I know Vosh would be happy because Vosh always says, well, you know, I know Jason Garrett can always get me 12, 13 wins, and if the player's not executing. Yeah, that's true. You got to have players execute, but you have to teach the players how to execute and how to be in the right position at the right time. That's also part of it. Let me show you guys what we got over here. All right, see, look. See, we've got our peppers and onions with the bacon in it. We got the sausage over here cooking, and we have the cauliflower back over there. Okay. All right, let's tighten that up. Camera's trying to go. Okay, so would you be okay if Jason Garrett returned? Not that we have any choice. We're going to use 1 can of Rotel. It's actually pretty good. The thing you've got to be careful of, and I'm going to use a jar of my mom's tomatoes. The great thing about this is there's no additives or anything. She grows the tomatoes, doesn't put any chemicals and cans it herself. But if you can't get that, try and get as low salt and sugar content. That's the key on this. You got to be careful because a lot of times everything you buy is loaded with sugar. Things you don't even think of, like, you know, salt and pepper pistachios. They add sugar to it. Why you got to put sugar on a nut? All right, so I'm going to throw this in there. I'm going to throw some of my mom's tomatoes, and I'm going to throw some chicken broth in. And what I did last week was I took some chicken breast, and I took some chicken thighs, and put some onions and peppers and all that stuff in there, and stew that, and then made shredded chicken for like chicken salad or for chicken tacos and stuff. And I saved the broth. So this is like no preservatives or chemicals other than what was in the chicken. So I started thinking about the idea of Jason Garrett coming back. And I've never been a fan of Jason Garrett as a head coach. I think he's a nice guy. I think he's got some great traits, but I just have not seen it. The killer instinct. I haven't seen the clock management. I haven't seen holding people accountable. Now, that's not to say that that doesn't happen behind closed doors, because maybe it does. I mean, we've only seen a glimpse of it with all or nothing season on the brink. But then I started thinking, okay, think of a big company, Fortune 500 company. Does the CEO know how to make the sausage? Not necessarily. He's not the guy, or shouldn't be the guy, cauliflower to steam. He shouldn't be the guy that's actually making the sausage. His job is to put people in place and position to make the sausage. Find the people who know what they're doing. So if you can find a great offensive coordinator, a quarterback coach who can work on Dak's mechanics. See, what I'm doing over here, I'm going to take the cauliflower. Normally you'd have grits. Problem with the grits is, like I said, it's not keto-like. And same thing with rice. But you can take cauliflower and grate it like with a cheese grater, boil it, it tastes just like rice. I made shrimp fried rice with cauliflower. People couldn't tell the difference. But what we're going to do is, we're going to take a little shot of Worcestershire sauce. Just a little shot. A little shot of hot sauce. You saw the half a stick of butter, right? Yes, this is a diet. I'm going to take some cream, some sour cream. Some heavy cream. Oh, actually, it's just garlic salt. A little garlic salt. Parsley. And we're going to whip it up. And this is what we're going to put This is what we're going to put the shrimp and grits on, which is basically like a stew with shrimp, bacon, and all that. Yeah, it's good and creamy. All right, so we got that going. Gonna throw our spices in there. And of course, slap your mama. Here we go. Oh, this is going to be good. Mm. Now, if you like it spicier, use 2 jalapenos. But the sausage actually is spicy as well. So if you don't like really, really spicy, get a mild sausage. All right, so the CEO of a company doesn't necessarily know every facet of everything of the company. What his job is to do is to put people in position to succeed. In a way, you can look at Jerry Jones putting Will McClay in at head of scouting. Jerry Jones was picking people left and right, moving up and down the draft and everything else, and it showed because we were drafting like the Morris Claibornes. We were, signing guys like Roy Williams and giving up picks and things like that. But he put a guy in position to succeed, and it's worked perfectly. And you can look at the defense with Chris Richard. Chris Richard is the guy that puts it all together. So you look at those decisions and say, Jason Garrett's the head coach, but you got the defense like a well-oiled machine. You got Chris Richard there calling the plays and working with Rod Martinelli. You got the position coaches. I don't believe Jason Garrett knows that much about defense, but because he's just the head coach who's got people in position to succeed, that it's working. So if we can take that same approach on the offense, let Jason Garrett be on the sidelines clapping away. Now, doesn't that look like grits? Doesn't that look like grits? Look. Grits. If we can take that same approach on the offensive side of the ball, then Jason Garrett is the CEO, the motivator, the clapper in chief, and maybe it works. Alright, so we've got our grits a la cauliflower. We've got our basic stew here. Let me double check, make sure it's forgot the time. So, you've seen everything I put in here. So the last thing to put in is the shrimp. Hang on for a second. All right, so I just calmed down the dogs because they're actually all really excited because if you guys have known me for a while, you've seen me all over the place and things like that. And we have one of our adopted children. PK, we still miss you too. Michelle, come here.
Oh my God.
She is from
do I have to be on
Yes,
camera?
you do.
Oh.
She is from the land down under.
Hi.
And she's really tall.
Hello, Joe fans.
Okay, so I'm actually cooking dinner for her. Now, she supposedly brought some Vegemite.
I did. You get to try it. You got to do that on camera for sure.
Is it keto friendly?
And I'm going to make you, oh yeah.
Okay.
It's got a lot of salt, but you got to do it raw. Like you're just going to eat it properly. We'll do it on camera. It's good content, Mark.
Okay, all right, so we'll try that. But right now I'm going to finish this because she's here.
Let's not put Vegemite in that.
No, we're not going to put, no.
Ourselves.
Okay, so the last thing I got to do, whatever you cook shrimp, you want to do it last because if you put them in and leave them in there for a long time, they turn to rubber. All right?
Shrimp on the Barbie.
No,
you really nailed it.
Shrimp on the Barbie.
Well, you know, that's an
Not
Aussie thing.
on the barbecue. Okay,
right.
It's cold outside. Okay, all right. So once those are pink, this is done. All that's left is plate the sucker. So
I need a little
can't wait, can she?
Oh, sorry.
So, check this out.
All right.
Shrimp and
What do you
grits,
think they'll
keto
like
style.
Shark or kangaroo?
Oh my God, are you serious?
Take your pick. Let's see. Seasonings. So, look at you. Look at you can tear right through that shark. Pretty cool, eh?
Mm-hmm.
So this is surgery patient. Yeah, this is Simba. Oh, you poor thing. That is it. His backside?
Yeah.
All right, I can't get this off, but it's something 95 cents. I'm just gonna pop on a sweatshirt if that's all right.
And there you have it. Shrimp and grits with cauliflower. Not bad. Now, if you really want to do a keto, make sure you get your fats. Put a dab of sour cream on top of it. Man, I'll tell you what. This is a diet I can get behind. I've done a couple with my wife, and they have not worked too good. I tried the shred diet, where you had to count all the calories and everything else and stuff. It was hard to get away from the sugar, but guys, this is dinner. See what we got here. This is the keto shrimp and grits, and Michelle here is going to taste this.
I am. Thank
She's from
you.
Australia down under, so I hope she doesn't think it's backwards.
I have something for you as well for the show
Well, if you notice up in the
from Tasmania.
okay,
That's
okay,
a Tasmanian devil.
okay, and a koala bear.
There you
We
go.
just gotta look cute. Okay, I've got the two koala bears that are up on the step, in the locker up there. They're from the show. Okay, go ahead. How is it?
Is this a good bite? Is this am I
You
doing it right?
Do however you eat.
Good bite.
It's spicy too. It is got a little bit of kick to it, so hopefully not too much.
Oh my God. Forget shrimp on the Barbie. Shrimp on the grill.
So
I'm a new keto fan apparently.
like you need keto.
This is amazing.
It's
Make
always
it.
the skinny. Oh,
Make
I
it.
need to lose 2 pounds.
Oh, stop
I need to
it.
lose 40.
Oh, stop
So
it.
anyway, Jason Garrett ain't going anywhere. So all we can hope for is that we end up bringing in people under the CEO who know how to make the sausage. People like Chris Richard and things like that. And if we do that, the biggest thing for me
I
is
got
we
the
need
taste
somebody to work with Dak
Give it a
Prescott,
shot.
to work with his
I don't know if
his form, to work with his mechanics, to work with the recognition. If we can get that stuff, keep these young guys together, we're going to be good for a while. So thank you for joining in on this first edition of Dallas Cowboys and Dinner, my keto life. See you guys tomorrow with whatever I cook.
this.